All right, everybody, welcome back to the Eagles. We're into season 12. We had a big transfer window because we sold Signorelli in the last episode for 68, so we were looking about 100 million. As you can see, we've done bits. We've spent 55 million pounds there, and then the back here we have spent another 16. So in all about what? Yeah, 75 million pounds. We have obviously made some sales. We made some sales in here as well. So we've sold 4.2 there. We've sold 7.5 there. And it was nearly double because this man has been very much wanted. Ravisia, who was kind of the Signorelli replacement and had a really good season. He's not had a good start to the season. We've had a little bit of a falling out. Basically, all the clubs were after him. I negotiated a £60 million deal, 60 plus 15 in add-ons over 3 years, to Dortmund. That was agreed, and he rejected the contract, even though he's only on 16 grand. So God knows what happened there. I haven't transfer listed him or anything. I've kept him on. He's going to stay with us. Just a little bit annoying, to be fair. On the hindsight, we have struggled to spend the money once again. We're just not that popular. And the players, especially in like wing-back areas, what is it with Football Manager wing-backs that they can either go forward well and cross the ball, but they can't tackle, or the flip side of it, they can tackle, but they just can't cross the ball. There doesn't seem to be any sort of mid-range. So what deals that we have done, we brought in Nicola Brunetti, who was on loan with us last year. As you can see, tackling 8, positioning 6, not great. But it was the best that we could do. Potentially a backup. He's been with us, loan deal last year. Played a couple of games, second half of the season. 7 mil. I felt like it was a deal that could be done. We're probably going to get a little bit of value. The wages is an issue, but I'm pretty sure I can sell him off to Italy when the time comes. Ben Taylor is a outstanding central defender. Gibraltar central defender. International, 22 years old. Fingers crossed we can actually get a permanent deal done for this dude. He's been at Man City. He was on loan at Fortuna Sittard a couple of seasons ago. Really good, aggressive defender with 15 passing. Sergio is in. He's in from Fortaleza. Another player I've been tracking for a few years. He didn't really want to come. As you can see, his contract is absolutely huge, £71,000 a week. But this is the area that we're at. If we're wanting to improve, we need players like Sergio. His deal wasn't too bad, actually, 12.25 mil. It was a minimum fee release clause. Really good physicals. Marking, he's more of a solid central defender rather than a ball player, but his passing's not bad. His dribbling's not the worst. It's just the level that we're at now. We need to be getting these kind of bigger names in, and he's been capped by Brazil. The big one is Ryan McAndrew. Now, if you look at him, he looks pretty good. He isn't great at passing. He's going to be our ball-playing defender or our central defender in covering the back three, but he is Dutch and only 20 years old. So we've spent £41 million on him, which was about £15 million more. But because we had the money, because he was Dutch, because he was young, I felt like it was an Ajax PSV we're all sniffing about. I thought I would go in and whop him with a massive offer. He's on a cheap contract as well, to be fair, only 15 grand a week. He's got potential to grow. It says 4.5 star. He's one of those players that will probably if we do the full career with Ryan, then he'll be with us throughout. Dutch, as I said, decent all over. He's going to play it regularly for us. 18 tackling and 15 technique as well. Isn't bad. Not the tallest, but good over the physicals. There he is, Ryan McAndrew. Probably potential captain material. And then a cheeky one. We needed a backup striker, just someone who could hold the line. I've tried to sign another light target forward and it's impossible. We've signed Isaac on a free. 1 year deal, 45 grand. He's still only 33. He's got absolutely no pace, but as a sort of like a target man, deep line forward, absolutely fine. 3 goals, 1 assist so far in the early part of the season. Has looked pretty decent going forward for us. 151 caps and 91 goals. We got him from Real Madrid. He got released from Real Madrid, and we've picked him up from there. Other ins, this is the Signorelli replacement. 1.8 million. Ready? Bosh. There he is. Willie Sequeira is now rated 65 to 72 million pounds. I'm trying to stay away from like Brazil and Argentina because the value isn't great. But if you dive into like Uruguay, Colombia, the absolute value on these players is incredible. He's had 3 games, 3 goals in the league, 6 in all comps. Tall is not bad, 5'10", left-footed, 17 pace, 17 stamina, great physicals, off the balls, good determinations, good technique, passing, finishing first touch and dribbling, and he's only 22 years old. Yet to be capped by the national team, but boy, I think he is going to be a superb replacement for Signorelli. A little backup that we've got in, once again, it's like he's only 20 years old, but he's tackling. It was just someone that I thought we could maybe do something with as a wing back. Decent physicals, decent enough physicals, in terms of pace and stamina. Good crossing, good dribbling. 1.8 million. It was just a bit of a squad filler, to be fair. Not the greatest, but we might be able to make something out of him. One of my favourite players in the game has finally come to us. He is 34. He is Dutch, though. That's helped. He's not going to play. He's actually played really well last season. He scored 10 goals in the league for PSV. He's going to be a sitter for us, back up for these conference games, playing as a register or deep line midfielder, something along those lines. Obviously, physicals aren't great, but great technicals. Just someone who will help us out. Dutch as well, so it helps with that quota that we're just struggling to fill at the moment. Dutch, unless the players, these players, the really good players are at Ajax and stuff like that, and we're struggling to get hold of them early doors. So we're having to squad fill with these sort of like AG players in, but he will definitely do a job for us. And an exciting one, Lee Pak Can. He is only 5'9" with finishing of 6, but has actually started pretty well. We got him on a free from Huesca. He is Spanish, but obviously he's Chinese as well, but he has nominated himself for Spain at the moment, but he hasn't actually played yet, so you never know. China may give him the call. Decent physicals, really good mentals, and a good few technicals just with his technique, passing and first touch. Free transfer, a little bit younger, maybe a rotation option alongside Mwambu. And then on the outs, we've let go Letkovic, who was a bit of a boy for us, played a number of seasons for us. We got nearly what we paid for him over the course, and he's he had two really good seasons and 3 seasons a bit of a bit part player. Gökhan Setin was our little wonder kid. We thought was going to be a wonder kid, but has never quite. We gave him a game when he was like 16 and has never quite progressed. So we've managed to get him out the door. He's a bit of a whinger, mercenary, so he was whinging to go. We've let him go. Milambo was gone as well. We said he was leaving on a free. He had 3 years. Disappointed he's gone. Wanted to offer him a new deal as a bit of a backup. He is 28 though, so getting to that age where we maybe need to look at replacing him anyway. Bazacic has gone for 7.5, raising to 8.5 now. He would have been worth a lot more, and I wanted to keep him, but he was going on a free, and he was unhappy that bids were coming in and was rejecting him, so eventually I just decided to cut my losses. We've made some money on him. Fantastic servant. I really wanted him to keep him for the Register role or the Libero role, but he wanted to go, so we've moved him on. And the last one out is Vincent Lorenz. We got him for a nice little snip of 3 mil, sold him for 4.2, was a backup, and then obviously we brought in Rodriguez, who we've kept. We've also got the Norwegian guy with the horrendous name. What's he called? There he is, Stockfold. Lars Göran Stockfold Vigorido. He has stayed, obviously. You think he's actually our captain now, so he was well down the pecking order. And there you could see, that is our squad. We've still got Lazao, who is wanted by Ajax. They did a really awful swap deal with a really good defender, but he was 32. I've rejected that. He's only played 1 game for us and won a sub coming off the bench. He's been injured right at the start of the season. So far, we are in 5th place. 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat. The defeat coming to someone terrible. Excelsior. In the last game, their only win of the season, just when I thought we were looking good. So yeah, and Fode Fofana has scored 4 goals already for top of the league, ADO Den Haag. In the Europa Conference League, we've had 2 qualifiers. Bruges, I didn't realize we had to go through 2 qualifiers, but anyway, Bruges and Shamrock Rovers. We are now into the group stage. And the group stage, if you look at the teams, I think Fenerbahce, potentially Bordeaux, potentially Dynamo Kiev. I think we are favourites to win, but I would consider us huge favourites. Obviously, clubs now don't come down from the Europa League anyway, so yeah, I think we're actually favourites to win that this year. Fingers crossed, that's going to be our season. We're in 12 seasons now. We need to win a bloody trophy. Right, game day. I forgot to say as well, in the defeat to Excelsior, we played Mullenstein, who probably got a really bad 6.6. He gave the ball to the striker at 1-0 up. But he's actually coming on okay. We just need to get some of these up. He's going to be 20, not 30. 20 in a couple of weeks. But he's looking okay as a little backup. Right, so we're going with Jovetic, Taylor, McAndrew, Sergio Brunetti, Costa, Rodriguez, Ceballos, Molambo, Lazao, and Sekera, using this kind of formation that we had towards the end of the season. Costa with the corner. Cleared. Ceballos. Taylor. Ceballos, by the way, is probably the next one to go out of the door. We're getting these... Willie Sakara scores. Get in. We're getting these South Americans in and out, making huge profits. Where is Ceballos? There he is. He's looking really good. Only valued at 32 mil. He was double that a while ago. No doubt if he has a good season, that is going to kick on even more. So there's potential to keep selling. I think Willie Sakara will be a value of us. Ravisi will be value to us. Costa will be value to us. Rodriguez on the right will be value to us. I would like Rodriguez to sign a new deal because he's the best of a bad bunch. And what is wrong with wing-backs in football, like regen full-backs in Football Manager? He's only worth 15 mil and he's got a release clause as 15 mil. And I would like him to sign a new deal. So I'm just going to play him and play him and play him till he becomes happy. And then we can offer him a new deal. Right, we're smashing Canberra as what we'd expect. But we would like a second goal, please. I think Canberra are one of those sides that just a bit of a yo-yo side. Just up and down, up and down. And they're struggling to deal with us at the moment. Right, just before half-time, looks like we've got a chance. That is a second yellow right on half-time. Hopefully we're going to have a breeze in this second half. These are the games like I said, the Excelsior game. I thought we can't lose. If we want to win, try and get Champions League top 3, we can't be losing. We can't be losing to these teams, especially at home. So we need to make sure we dispatch of all these teams. You know, we've had 20 shots on goal, early 8 on target, an XG of 1.94, and it is still 1-0. Right, let's get Lazao off. Let's get Isak on. Costa's struggling as well, so let's go Joey De Veerman. Let's take Sakira off, and let's get Ravisia on. So we've got options. We've got 4 really good strikers to go on. We've still got the Slovakian, but he's literally going to be a little bit of a bit part player. He'll do a couple of sub games for us, perhaps in the Conference League. But I would like to go with 2 strikers in the league and then 2 different strikers in the Conference League, I think. Right, Sergio into Ceballos. A little bit of space. Oh, tried to slip it in. It's good. Right, McAndrew. Ceballos is struggling himself. So we'll do a little change. Let's get Lima on, someone who's not quite at the standard. But he'll just sit in there for us. We're going to score. Isak should have scored. He's lethal normally in the penalty area. Hasn't got much pace, but you'd expect him to score from 6 yards. Get a second ball, we must do. Lima. Veerman again. To Taylor. To Lima. This is good football. We're going to get one. No, we're not. It's still gone over the bar, and it is still 1-0. Right, highlight straight after that attempt. Don't you dare. Oh, God. Right, we're fine. Rodriguez. Lima. Has lost out, and the ball's going to go long. Can we win it? We do. McAndrew gets it down. Into Lima. Into Rodriguez. Into Ravisia, and he heads it over. I thought he was just going to do a little touch to the side. He went with his head. We've had 28 shots on goal. There we go, boys. 1-0. Not a classic, but it shows that we're there. We're going to dominate this season in terms of possession, I think. I have been knocking the tempo down a little bit at times, and I've also been knocking down the mentality to positive, just to try, and especially against the big boys, just to try and get us a foothold in the game. There we are. We are 6th. Champions League structure, I think, is the same. Yeah, it's still 3rd we need to get. So we're aiming, that is going to be our aim this season. Can we get Champions League? It looks like Feyenoord have had a little tricky start. And Ajax. Ajax have played 5, drew 5. How bizarre. Have they still got their manager? Yeah, it's still the same guy. Captain Victor Christiansen, who's got the worst haircut in professional football. The dude that's actually at Leicester, isn't he? He was a January signing from Leicester. Quite good. So there we go, boys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Smash a like. Hopefully get some more videos out over the next week. Thanks for watching. See you later.